November 6th, 1995, a day that turned a new page in the history of electronic media in Sri Lanka. Rathri Puat made its debut. From the very beginning, we upheld the public's right to know with unwavering conviction. From dawn to the depths of midnight, we reported with responsibility. We faced challenges head-on, never flinching. In the face of threats, intimidation and the roar of conflict, we stood strong, empowered by the will of the people. At Newsfirst, truth has always come first. Not just on television or radio, but across the digital frontier, where millions have placed their trust in us. With the people, we report, you decide.
Good evening and welcome to Primetime News. I'm Sandro Ferdinando.
And I am Hashini Patirana. The journey was never easy. What we gained was solely the power of the people. We raise our voices on your behalf.
As we did then, so we do now and will tomorrow. Standing unwaveringly for the people without conditions. We are Newsfirst.
With the pride of 3 decades behind us, we continue to lead the headlines today.
Detention order issued for drug peddling Anuradhapura school principal, while the wife and NPP urban councillor resigned amid mounting pressure. Sajid in India and opposition groups meet for emergency talks. New education reforms from January 2026. School day extended to 2 p.m. President's development budget to Parliament tomorrow.
Starting off with news here at home, a detention order extending until the 12th of this month was granted today by the Tamuttegama Magistrates Court for the school principal arrested in Anuradhapura with over 1 kilogram of heroin. This principal, named Jayantha Balasurya, is married to Disna Niranjala, who serves as a member of the Paliyagoda Urban Council representing the National People's Power. Police have revealed that the suspect principal has been involved in drug trafficking for an extended period.
The war on drugs. For our children, for our tomorrow.
How was the principal's drug trafficking uncovered? On the 29th of last month, police in Ipalogama, Anuradhapura apprehended a 26-year-old man riding a motorcycle with 21 grams of heroin. This young man is identified as the principal's youngest son and was found to be actively involved in drug trafficking. Following interrogation, a 30-year-old man residing in Nallamudava was also arrested with 69 grams of heroin. He is reportedly a military deserter. During interrogation, this individual revealed information about the principal's drug operations. Based on this intelligence, the Anuradhapura Division Crime Investigation Unit conducted searches of the principal's residence and his hotel located in Eppavala. Police stated that both the principal and his wife, Disna Niranjala, were present during the searches. At the scene, officers discovered 2 polythene sealing machines, a scale, and rolls of polythene concealed nearby in a water body, referred to as the Simbalava Vaver. Further investigations uncovered 1.185 kilograms of heroin hidden behind the hotel owned by the principal. After his arrest, the principal was presented to the court following a medical examination. Revelations from the investigations. Police investigations have revealed that the principal and his wife are relatives of Koskoda Suji, a known organized crime figure. They are closely related to Koskoda Suji's aunt. The principal is believed to have been engaged in drug trafficking for some time. Authorities have obtained a detention order to further investigate his drug procurement and distribution network. The suspect principal and his wife have also been linked to frequent collaborations with various political factions in recent times.
At today's Pageant Urban Council meeting, members engaged in a heated discussion over the recent arrest of the husband of NPP councillor Disnane Ranjala, who was taken into custody over heroin trafficking allegations. Councillor Disnane Ranjala was notably absent from the session.
I'm truly saddened about Councillor Disna. Sometimes parents don't even know what their children are doing, but when something goes wrong, people point fingers at the mother. It's very unfair. When people talk about the Pageant Urban Council today as if it's a drug council, it's extremely shameful.
The councillor shouldn't be blamed for the mistakes made by her husband or children. Tomorrow it could happen to any of us. Only someone who has faced such pain would understand it. I urge members of other parties not to use one person's mistake to criticize entire families or party leaders. Remember, when someone in Midania was caught with ice or heroin, everyone blamed Nama Rajapaksa and Mahinda Rajapaksa, accusing them of running the drug trade. And now when others are caught, the same people say it's not drugs, it's just powder. That hypocrisy needs to stop. Councillor, during Mahinda Rajapaksa's time, when drugs were found in Negombo, he personally flew there by helicopter and even hugged Nima Lanza. So please don't bring those kinds of comparisons here. When members from other parties get caught, people immediately point fingers at the party leader. We are saying don't do that. Let the law take its course. This poisonous drug business continues to harm our country. What's important is to put an end to it, regardless of who's involved. The law applies equally to everyone. We will ensure it's enforced properly. The councillor is under scrutiny, yes, but the truth will be revealed through the legal process. Justice is being served.
Meanwhile, National People's Power General Secretary and Member of Parliament Dr. Nihala Besinga says that Pageant Urban Councillor Disnane Ranjala has decided to resign from her position. He stated that her decision was made to ensure that ongoing investigations are not hindered. The General Secretary further affirmed that the party will extend its fullest cooperation to law enforcement authorities. Dr. Besing added that a decision regarding her party membership will be taken based on the findings of the investigations.
Charita Besinga, the Hurna electoral organizer of the Samagi Jana Balawega, expressed his views in the recent drug-related incident.
We are asking whether drug traffickers being arrested from the SLPP are being used to promote the traffickers connected to NPP. When the SLPP traffickers are caught, those in the NPP can conveniently continue the business. When Manam Peri was arrested, the Deputy Minister of Public Security was quick to hold press conferences. But when our chairman was shot in Baligama, how quickly did Parliament respond? This government has created an era where justice is decided on the streets, and now they have no answers left.
These are the views of SLPP National Organizer Namal Rajapaksa.
They try to keep their children happy while their teachers' unions and principals' associations are being linked to arrests. When the husband of a councillor, who is a school principal, is arrested with heroin, questions naturally arise about whether drugs are even distributed in schools. In the past, they accused us in Tangol, Unakurwa, Middinia, Virakatia. Every time there was an issue, the blame was directed at SLPP and the Rajapaksas. Now, when an NPP councillor's husband is arrested with heroin, suspicion arises whether the accusation is once again aimed at Namal. Whether it's NPP, SLPP, UNP, JVP, NPP or Samagi Jana Balawega, that doesn't matter. What matters is that all parties must work together sincerely without political divisions to end the drug menace once and for all.
The People's Struggle Alliance also shared its views on the matter.
This is like magic. The reason is that the National People's Power has never been accused of having drug dealers or narcotics networks within their government ranks. The only drug-related allegation ever raised against the government was about the release of a container linked to narcotics. But now we've seen that the husband of a ruling party councillor has been caught with heroin. That's why social media is in uproar, because even people connected to the government are now surfacing in drug-related incidents. So once again, the public's belief that politicians are involved in the drug trade is being reinforced. However, as a political movement, our position is clear. This is a specific incident involving one councillor's husband, not the entire government. We are not accusing the NPP government of being in league with drug dealers, but past governments across all major political parties have had dealings with the drug traffickers and the underworld. We are not rushing to claim that this government is doing the same. We'll wait and see.
ඒ වගේම පාතාලයත් එක්ක ඩීල් තිබුණා ඒ සියල්ල තිබුණා අපි තවම ඉක්මන් වෙන්නේ නැහැ මේ ආණ්ඩුවට කුඩු මුදලාලිටත් එක්ක ඩීල් එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා ගහන්න තවම ඉක්මන් වෙන්නේ නැහැ අපි ඉතින් බලමු.
Minister Kandy emphasized today that there will be no political favoritism in the crackdown on drugs.
මේ සමාජයේ තියෙන වසවිස ටික ඉවර කරන්න ඕන.
We must eradicate this poison from our society. Drugs have entered schools now and everyone is becoming victims. The public knows that the law is enforced strictly. We are hitting hard. No exceptions. No political influence. It doesn't matter who you are, whether from our side or the opposition. If you are spreading drugs, the law will take its course. Arrests will be made. Punishments will follow. And no one will be released through backdoor deals. We won't go around bailing out offenders like Mahinda Rajapaksa used to. You all know how they protected their people back then. In our government, no one gets special treatment. The law applies equally. That's the only way we can stop this. Today, the biggest epidemic in society, even more dangerous than any disease, is the drug trade. Even university students have fallen victim to it.
අද සමාජයේ තියෙන ලොකුම වසංගතය තමයි බරපතලම වසංගතය කුඩු ජාවාර. විශ්වවිද්‍යාල ළමයිනුත් ගොදුරු වෙලා.
The war on drugs.
4 people have been arrested in Wakanda of Homagama with 1.5 kilograms of heroin and 680 grams of ice. This was during a raid conducted by the Kalanya Divisional Crime Investigation Unit. Among those arrested is a 22-year-old woman. 2 motorcycles allegedly used to transport drugs have also been taken into police custody, and the police stated that the suspects are close associates of Dubai Asanka, who is said to be a drug trafficker.
The war on drugs.
2 suspects have been arrested in a special operation conducted near the Kottava interchange on the Southern Expressway. Police said that 60 milligrams of the drug ice was found in the possession of one of the suspects. 2 bundles of duty-free cigarettes were also found during the operation. Another person has been arrested on suspicion, and the police said that he is currently being questioned. The total number of people who have been checked is 938 buses, 28 cars and vans have been checked during the operation. The number of police officers who have participated in the raid is 101.
259 kilograms of the drug ice has been taken into police custody within 1 week under the national operation against drugs titled A Nation United after it was launched on the 30th of October. The quantity of heroin seized by the police during the same period is 92 kilograms.
During the first week, 8,003 raids were conducted. In these 8,003 raids, we have managed to arrest 7,899 suspects, and out of the arrested suspects, 18 are being held for questioning under detention orders. 87 of the suspects arrested have been directed for rehabilitation. During this time period, the total amount of heroin seized stands at 92 kilograms, while 259 kilograms of the drug ice, 309 kilograms of cannabis, 4 kilograms of kush, and 23 kilograms of hashish were seized. In addition to these statistics, from January this year until today, the Sri Lanka police has, as a result of these joint operations, been able to seize 1,493 kilograms of heroin, 15,500 kilograms of cannabis, 32 kilograms of cocaine, 604 kilograms of hashish, 2,554 kilograms of the drug ice, and approximately 4 million narcotic pills.
විවිධ මත් පෙති සහ මත් කරල් ලක්ෂ 40කට ආසන්න ප්‍රමාණයක් 2025 ජනවාරි සිට මේ දක්වා පොලිස් අත්අඩංගුවට ගැනීමට අපට හැකියාව ලැබිලා තියෙනවා.
Newsfirst with the people.
Sri Lanka's leader of the opposition, Sajith Premadasa, during his visit to India, has reaffirmed his party's commitment to strengthening the country's strategic partnership with India while maintaining constructive engagement with all nations. Speaking to ANI, Premadasa reiterated his party's pledge to fully implement the 13th Amendment, ensuring devolution of power and equal rights for all Sri Lankans.
Sir, Sri Lanka continues its relationship between India and China, we have seen in recent years. How do you assess its current approach today of Sri Lanka, especially in light of India's growing concern about China's practices in Indo-Pacific?
I can tell you what we believe in as a party, the main opposition party. We believe in having a special relationship, a special strategic relationship with India, and that relationship is very special. In that context, we also have to work with all other countries. We have to interact with all other countries, work with all, but our common objective is to promote peace. Peace building is our objective. So at all times, while maintaining the special relationship with India, we would like to act as the mediator, as the middle person, to bring about peace, harmony, security, and tranquility in all of the regions that you spoke about. Because peace is indispensable for development, for growth, for harmony, and for the survival of human beings.
How do you plan to advance the devolution process under the 13th Amendment and to ensure the inclusion of Tamil people?
We have to implement the 13th Amendment. It's a fact, and our political party has pledged to do so, and we will do it. But of course, we have to be in government, and we have to receive the mandate of the people to ensure that we are empowered to implement the 13th Amendment. It's also very important that we ensure that all in Sri Lanka, irrespective of ethnicity, religion, caste, creed, or any other denomination, all citizens are equal. You cannot have classification of citizens. All are equal. All are equal before the supreme law of the land, the Constitution. And the people living in our country should feel as one. We have to promote Sri Lankanism, not separating them into caste, creed, religion, ethnicity, and so on and so forth. Our party and the main opposition party, which we represent, believe in that principle of unity, equity, equal treatment for all, and everyone equal before the supreme law of the land.
While the leader of the opposition is on a tour in India, opposition political parties including the Samagi Jana Balawegaya met today in Thalawathugoda for a special discussion. Opposition members of parliament said that they had met to discuss the budget.
අපි හැම අයවැයකටම ඉස්සෙල්ලා රටේ ආර්ථික තත්ත්වය සම්බන්ධව තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න මොනවාද? ඒ වගේම රජයේ ප්‍රතිපත්ති ගැන පොඩි අධ්‍යයනයක් කරන්න තමයි අද මේ වැඩමුළුව තියෙන්නේ.
මෙතන වෙන්නේ පොදු කුමන්ත්‍රණේ පොදු විපක්ෂයේ කුමන්ත්‍රණයක් නෙවෙයි. හෙට ආණ්ඩුව ඉදිරිපත් කරනවා කියලා කියාගෙන ඉන්න අර බජට් එකේ සම්බන්ධව අපි කොහොමද මුණ දෙන්නේ කියලා සාකච්ඡා කරනවා.
The Secretary to the Ministry of Education, Nalaka however, states that the school operating hours will be extended by half an hour until 2 p.m. starting from the first school term of next year. Now, the extension of school hours will take place concurrently with the introduction of new education reforms for students for grades 1 and 6. The Secretary of Ministry of Education further clarified these matters at a media briefing held today.
When compiling this curriculum, this model primarily anticipates activities, since these activities require more than just a teacher teaching for 45 minutes in a class. The National Institute of Education's initial recommendation was that the teaching period should be 1 hour. However, considering various practical matters, we have now allocated a period of 50 minutes based on the NIE's recommendation. With this 50-minute allocation, the number of periods or time slots will be reduced to 7. As a result of this, to manage and balance the timetable, the school closing time was revised to 2 p.m., which is an extension of half an hour. Other than that, the process of education reform is not the extension of school time. Extending the school time by half an hour is only a byproduct of this.
Will there be a change in the duration of the interval during school hours?
Initially, when we discussed this, we had planned to provide 2 breaks. Yes, that is true. However, when we specifically discussed this with the teachers pointed out that giving 2 breaks might be practically difficult because it could be hard to take the children out of classes and bring them back into the classes in a short time. Therefore, we decided to provide 1 break. We are only giving a guideline. If schools feel they can balance the periods, or if they feel they can divide it into 2 breaks in that manner, then there is no issue with providing 2 breaks.
How does the ministry expect to implement the education reforms?
We have primarily proposed to introduce this education reform process to grade 1 and grade 6 in the year 2026. It must be clearly understood that we are only taking a start. A child entering grade 1 in 2026 will complete this entire process and exit by 2036 or 2037. Therefore, this is a long process. We are only attempting to make a start by introducing these reforms to grade 1 and grade 6 in 2026. Among the 10,076 schools, there are 12,626 grade 1 classes, totaling 282,293 children. This is only the number of students in grade 1. For this group, we will introduce the education reform process next year. If we consider grade 6, the number of classes is 11,291 with a student count of 323,896. So, we have currently made all the arrangements to commence the education reform process next year for grade 1 and grade 6 as the initial steps.
මූලික පියවර වශයෙන් අපි අධ්‍යාපන ප්‍රතිසංස්කරණ ක්‍රියාවලිය ආරම්භ කිරීම සඳහා ලබන වර්ෂයේදී අපි දැන් සියලු කටයුතු සූදානම් කරලා තියෙනවා.
President Arugam Bay in his capacity as a Minister of Finance is scheduled to present the 2026 budget to Parliament tomorrow evening. It will be the 80th budget of the independent Sri Lanka.
President Arugam Bay reviewed the final draft of the 2026 budget proposal today. Secretary to the Ministry of Finance, Dr. Harshana Surya Peruma, was also present at the occasion. In his capacity as the Minister of Finance, President Arugam Bay is scheduled to present the 2026 budget to Parliament tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. The government has estimated total expenditure for 2026 at 4,434 billion rupees. The appropriation bill outlining the government's expenditure for the 2026 fiscal year was presented to Parliament on the 26th of October by Acting Minister of Finance, Professor Anil Jayanta Fernando. According to the appropriation bill, the highest allocation has been made to the Ministry of Finance, amounting to 634 billion rupees. The Ministry of Defence has been allocated 455 billion rupees, while the Ministry of Health and Mass Media will receive 554 billion rupees. The Ministry of Education, Higher Education and Vocational Training has been allocated 301 billion rupees. The Ministry of Provincial Councils and Local Government 618 billion rupees and the Ministry of Public Administration 596 billion rupees. The second reading of the budget is scheduled to take place over 6 days, from Friday, the 8th of November to Thursday, the 14th of November, with the vote on the second reading to be held at 6 p.m. on the 14th of November. The committee stage debate is set to continue from the 15th of November to the 5th of December, spanning 17 days, including 3 Saturdays. The third reading vote of the 2026 budget will be held at 6 p.m. on the 5th of December.
The all-share price index of the Colombo Stock Exchange recorded another increase today.
The all-share price index of the Colombo Stock Exchange rose again today by 158.99 points. Accordingly, at the close of trading today, the all-share price index stood at 23,112.48. Today's turnover was 6.06 billion rupees.
In just 10 months, 230 people have drowned in various parts of the country, a heartbreaking reality that deserves not just occasional but continuous attention. 5 more lives were lost yesterday, and this is their story.
A group travelling from Kiribathgoda to worship the Sri Munneswaram Kovil met with tragedy when 5 members drowned while bathing under the Daduru Oya bridge. The victims were a group of young men aged between 14 and 27 years.
මෙම ස්ථානයේ භයානක ස්ථානයක්. අවුරුද්දට 10 දෙනෙක් විතර මිලිගන්න ගඟක් කැටියට අපිට හඳුනා ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ හින්දා මේ ඉදිරියට මෙම ස්ථානයට එන කට්ටිය ප්‍රවේශ වෙන්න.
One of the victims, Udara Indrajit, aged 17, was a resident of Sirimangala Mawatha in Makula and was a student at the Sapugaskanda Mahavidyalaya. He had been preparing to sit for the advanced level examination in the commerce stream next year. Another victim, Lanka Dilshan Madhuwanta Abesirivardhana, aged 27, a resident of Sirimavo Bandaranayak Mawatha in Makula South, had been planning to travel overseas for employment. His younger brother, Pansilu Malshan Madhuwanta Abesirivardhana, aged 17, also drowned. The remaining 2 victims were brothers from Navagampura Grand Pass, 14-year-old Varun and his 19-year-old brother Tharindu. Asankananayakara, Chief Executive Officer of Sri Lanka Life Saving, said that with school holidays and group outings increasing during this period, it is essential for children and youth to be extremely careful when entering natural water bodies. Many villagers witnessed this incident. Who is to blame?
A man was killed and 9 others were injured when a tree fell onto a CTP bus on the Galahad-Deltota road in Halwatha. The incident occurred this afternoon when a pinus tree collapsed onto a bus travelling from Kandy to Deltota. The injured passengers have been admitted to the Galahad hospital for treatment. Meanwhile, in more local news, Sri Lanka is stepping into the spotlight of global environmental action with a new initiative aimed at strengthening biosecurity and controlling invasive alien species, backed by the Kunmin Biodiversity Fund. The project is part of a broader effort led by the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, which has helped 7 countries secure $5.8 million in funding.
Sri Lanka has been selected among 7 countries to benefit from a $5.8 million funding package approved by the Kunming Biodiversity Fund in collaboration with the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. The funding will support targeted projects aimed at integrating biodiversity into agri-food systems and advancing the goals of the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework. Sri Lanka's project focuses on preventing and controlling invasive alien species, a growing threat to native ecosystems and agricultural sustainability. The initiative will enhance border control mechanisms, train frontline teams, and mobilize communities for removal efforts and awareness campaigns, strengthening national biosecurity and protecting the country's rich biodiversity. Launched by the People's Republic of China in 2021, the Kunmin Biodiversity Fund supports biodiversity-rich but resource-constrained countries. Alongside Sri Lanka, the selected nations include Madagascar, Uganda, Mexico, Nepal, Turkey and the Cook Islands, each with tailored projects addressing ecosystem protection, invasive species management and community-led conservation.
Fox Kandy by Fox Resorts celebrates its 6th anniversary today, marking another milestone in its journey as one of Kandy's leading boutique hotels. Since opening its doors in 2019, Fox Kandy has become known for its warm Sri Lankan hospitality, exceptional guest experiences and strong commitment to community engagement.
Nestled amidst the scenic hills of Hantana, Fox Kandy, a luxury boutique resort, celebrates its 6th anniversary today. The anniversary celebrations began with a multi-religious ceremony held at the resort premises, with the management and all staff coming together to invoke blessings for continued success and prosperity. Chief Executive Officer of the Capital Maharaja Group, Suresh Srinivasan, Chief Executive Officer of Fox Resorts, Chris Coyne, along with guests, staff and community leaders were present at Fox Kandy this morning for the celebrations.
Fox Kandy is an iconic destination as far as Kandy is concerned. It is celebrating its 6th anniversary. As we step on to another year, I must say here, this is one of the resorts anybody in Sri Lanka or anybody in the world should visit. It's a must-visit place, and it is a different world over here. This resort has won so many local as well as international awards. Today, another important point I want to mention here is our employees. Our employees has been the pillar of strength, and they are the reason why we are standing out tall, standing different, and standing as one of the most iconic resorts.
At Fox Kandy, being a member of the Maharaja Group, we have now initiated many new programs such as the Pico Trails and various initiatives so that we can give customers, apart from the sightseeing and the city tours, other experiences that even kids could have in this area. From kids to middle-aged to even elderly people, we all have programs for them.
Following the ceremony, the Fox Kandy team gathered for a special staff lunch, celebrating the dedication and teamwork that have been at the heart of the resort's success. As Fox Kandy steps into its 7th year, the resort continues to uphold Fox Resort's mission of delivering authentic Sri Lankan experiences while fostering a culture of compassion and excellence. On the 10th of November, the Symphony Orchestra of Sri Lanka will present the Junior Symphony Orchestra in concert, an evening celebrating the talent and dedication of our young musicians. The Junior Symphony Orchestra will take the stage this year at the Lionel Wendt Theatre on the 10th of November in a much anticipated concert presented by the Symphony Orchestra of Sri Lanka. Dedicated to nurturing the next generation of musicians, the SOSL continues its long-standing mission of fostering young musical talent across the island.
The Symphony Orchestra of Sri Lanka presents the Junior Symphony Orchestra in concert. Is set to take place on the 10th of November at Lionel Wendt Theatre. Now rehearsals are taking place in full swing with so much passion and excitement.
This year marks a period of remarkable growth for the Junior Symphony Orchestra, not only in the number of student participants, but also in their artistic maturity and ability to perform more technically and musically challenging works.
I've been playing the tenor sax for the Junior Symphony Orchestra for the past 3 years, and for the first time in 3 years, we are really excited to join you all with a massive orchestra playing a wide genre of music. So hope to see you there at the Lionel Wendt at 7 p.m.
Our orchestra is performing on the 10th of November, and we are so very grateful and lucky that we have an amazing conductor, Dushyanti, who has worked with us to bring out the best of talent in all of our young musicians. We hope to see all of you there, and we hope you enjoy, and we are very excited to play these multiple range of pieces.
Under the direction of Dushyanti Pereira, the young musicians are currently hard at work in rehearsals, preparing a dynamic program featuring works by Frescobaldi, Beethoven, Wagner and more. Joining them will be the children's choir of the Soul Sounds Academy, directed by Soundary David Rodrigo.
U.S. federal safety investigators have located the black box recorders from the wreckage of the UPS cargo plane that crashed in flames on takeoff from the airport at Louisville in Kentucky. The crash, which resulted in the deaths of at least 12 people, prompted an immediate investigation by the National Transportation Safety Board.
The UPS flight 2976 crashed at about 5:15 p.m. US time on Tuesday. At least 12 people have been killed after the cargo plane ran off the runway and burst into flames in Kentucky. The McDonnell Douglas MD-11 aircraft, made in 1991, was departing for Honolulu, Hawaii from UPS Worldport at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. The aircraft was carrying 144 liters of fuel when it crashed. A member of the National Transportation Safety Board confirmed that a large plume of fire erupted around the plane's left wing and that one of its 3 engines detached from that wing as the wide-body jet was rolling down the runway. U.S. federal safety investigators have recovered the plane's black box from the wreckage. It is being reported that both the flight data recorder and the cockpit voice recorder, designed to withstand severe impact and extreme heat, appeared to be intact when they were found on Wednesday amid the crash debris. This is being described as the 4th major U.S. air crash since President Trump assumed office for a second term. The international airport in Louisville reopened to air traffic early on Wednesday, although the runway where the accident happened is expected to remain closed for another 10 days. The ongoing government shutdown in the United States, already the longest in its history, has hit the aviation sector hard, leaving tens of thousands of airport staff unpaid and leading to mounting flight delays and cancellations. Nearly 3,000 flights were delayed on Monday alone. Since the government shutdown began 35 days ago, more than 3.2 million passengers have been affected.
Their flight's already delayed.
It's a delay, a traffic control slowdown.
My flight's actually not delayed, but judging from everyone else's flights being delayed, I think my flight's going to get delayed.
You know, I feel bad for people not getting paid. Nobody wants to work for free, but, you know, essential jobs are essential. You know, we have to have them, and I wish they would hurry up and fix this.
Yeah, my flight is late, and they didn't tell me. Like, I have my check-in on my phone, and when I came to print it, they just changed it, and I have a dinner tonight for another conference, and I'm probably going to be late.
Meanwhile, U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy has warned that air travel capacity will be cut by up to 10% at 40 major airports over the coming days if the government shutdown continues. Some 1.4 million federal workers, from air traffic controllers to park wardens, are working without pay or are on forced leave because the U.S. Congress has not agreed a federal funding budget.
Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum has said she will press charges against a man who groped her during a public appearance. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum is pressing charges against the man who groped and tried to kiss her as she greeted people outside the presidential palace this week. Mobile phone footage of the incident shows Sheinbaum speaking to a group of supporters on a street near the National Palace in Mexico City. In the video, a man approaches her from behind and attempts to kiss her on the neck and place his hands on her body. Sheinbaum moves away quickly and a member of her team steps in, but she was visibly shaken. The offender has now been arrested.
La primera información que quería darles.
I want to reiterate regarding the issue of yesterday, where a subject harassed me when I was walking in the historic center. We have already filed a complaint with the Attorney General's office. I want to emphasize that it is something that should not occur in our country. I want to tell you why we decided to file the complaint, and it's something I said yesterday. If this is done to the president, what will happen to the other women? It is a matter of dignity, right? And that's why we are going to push for a campaign against harassment and against violence against women. Because it's a matter of principle, it's a matter of justice, and it's a matter of the dignity of women.
De inmediato.
Following this, the president announced that they will review with the Secretariat of Women if this situation is a crime in all states. Furthermore, a campaign against harassment will be launched. Beauty pageants are often seen as a celebration of glamour, talent and diplomacy, but behind the scenes, tensions can sometimes run high. During preparations for the Miss Universe 2025 pageant in Bangkok, Thailand, Drama erupted when Miss Grand International President publicly clashed with Miss Mexico Fatima Bush.
In a video that is still available to watch on Miss Thailand's Facebook page, the pageant director Nawat Itsragrisil is seen standing in front of the seated contestants while speaking about the host country, Thailand. Specifically, he spoke about the importance of promoting Thailand and then singles out one woman for apparently not doing so. Miss Mexico, Fatima Bush, aged 25, is then accused of refusing to participate in a group photoshoot that was to be used on social media as a promotional post about Thailand being the host of Miss Universe. In the video, he is shown pointing his finger and receiving questions from the woman.
You don't like to post everything because your director from Mexico order you not pay any attention to post, to do any about host country. It's a damage for the queen. If you follow the order from your national director, you are damaged.
Then, when Bush tried to respond to his comments, he cut her off. It's at this point in the video that the other women start to gasp and many of them walked out in protest, including 2024 Miss Universe winner Victoria Kjær Thelvik of Denmark.
I didn't give you opportunity to talk. Please keep polite for me. I still talking. Listen. I still keep talking to everybody. Why you stand up to talk to me? What? Mama, why you stand up? Rantadan. Security. Stop. Get security. Pit patu. Stop. Sit down.
Miss Mexico Fatima Bush made comments to cameras positioned outside.
As a country, you have all my respect. I truly love Thailand. I respect all of you. I think that you are amazing people, but what just your director did is not respectful. He called me dumb because he had problems with the organization, and I think that's not fair. Because I'm here and I do everything okay. I don't mess with anyone. I just try to be kind. I'm trying to give my best. And he just shot me and he just said to me and shut up and a lot of different things. And I think that the world needs to see this because we are empowered women and this is a platform for our voice. And no one can shut our voice and no one will do that to me.
The Miss Universe organization swiftly condemned Itsragrisil's behavior. Miss Universe organization announced that Itsragrisil's role in the pageant would be restricted or eliminated entirely, and a delegation was sent to Thailand to oversee the remainder of the competition. The incident has sparked widespread debate about power dynamics, gender respect and freedom of expression within global pageantry. Fans and former contestants have praised Bush's courage and the solidarity shown by her peers. Itsragrisil later issued an apology. Despite the controversy, Miss Universe organization confirmed that the Miss Universe 2025 pageant will proceed as scheduled, with the grand coronation set for the 21st of November in Thailand.
Pope Leo XIV met with Mahmoud Abbas, President of the State of Palestine, this morning and discussed the urgent need to provide assistance to the civilian population in Gaza. The conversation, which took place in the Vatican, was the first encounter between the pair, who had previously spoken only over the phone. President Abbas' visit to the Vatican also marked the 10th anniversary of the signing of the comprehensive agreement between the Holy See and the State of Palestine.
A statement from the Holy See Press Office described the meeting as cordial, adding that among the topics discussed was also the urgent need to end the conflict by pursuing a two-state solution. The day before his meeting with Pope Leo, President Abbas had visited the Basilica of St. Mary Major to pay his respects at Pope Francis's tomb. The visit was his first upon arriving in Rome on Wednesday afternoon. Speaking to the journalists waiting on the church steps, President Abbas said, quote, "I came to see Pope Francis because I cannot forget what he did for Palestine and for the Palestinian people, and I cannot forget that he recognized Palestine without anyone having to ask him to do so, unquote. President Abbas's visit to Francis's tomb, during which he was accompanied by Egyptian Franciscan Ibrahim Falters, a former vicar of the custody of the Holy Land, lasted about 15 minutes. President Abbas's visit to the Vatican also marked the 10th anniversary of signing the comprehensive agreement between the Holy See and the State of Palestine. The text, signed on the 26th of June 2015, expresses both parties' commitment to Palestinian self-determination and the two-state solution. It also stresses the symbolic and spiritual significance of Jerusalem for Jews, Christians and Muslims alike.
Nancy Pelosi has announced her retirement from Congress, ending a decades-long career that saw the California Democrat become one of the most powerful figures in U.S. politics.
In a video message on Thursday, Pelosi said she will not be seeking re-election to Congress at the end of her term in January 2027. It marks the end of a storied political career. 85-year-old Pelosi became the first woman to serve as Speaker of the House and led her party in the lower chamber of Congress from 2003 to 2023. Pelosi was first elected to Congress to represent San Francisco in 1987, aged 47, and quickly rose through the ranks. She was elected by her party to be Speaker of the House in 2007, becoming the first woman to serve in that role. She served until 2011, when Democrats lost control of the lower chamber, before returning to the Speaker's chair from 2019 to 2023. In that role, Pelosi played a critical role in advancing or thwarting the agendas of multiple presidents during her long career on Capitol Hill.
The writ petition filed by members of the Sri Lanka national cricket team challenging the decision to tax them as employees of Sri Lanka cricket was taken up before the Court of Appeal today. During the proceedings, President of the Court of Appeal, Justice Rohantha Abesurya, suggested that all parties engage in discussions to reach an amicable resolution.
The writ petition filed by Sri Lankan national team players challenging the Inland Revenue Department's decision to tax them as employees of the Sri Lanka Cricket Board was taken up before the Court of Appeal today. The petition was filed by Sri Lanka Test captain Dhananjay De Silva, ODI captain Charit Asalanka and women's team captain Chamariyatha Pattu. The case was heard before bench comprising Court of Appeal President Justice Rohantha Abesurya and Justice Priyantha Fernando. Attorney at law Nishan Premathiratna appeared on behalf of the cricketers and presented detailed arguments stating that the players are not employees of Sri Lanka cricket but parties to annual contracts. The counsel representing Sri Lanka cricket informed the court that they agreed with the submissions made by the players' legal team. The court fixed the 18th and 27th of November and the 2nd of December for further submissions. During the proceedings, Justice Rohantha Abesurya proposed that all parties engage in discussions to reach a mutual resolution, noting that the national cricketers are individuals who bring prestige to the country and therefore the matter should be approached with due consideration. If no such agreement is reached, the court decided to proceed with the hearing of the petition. Deputy Solicitor General Manohara Jayasinghe appeared on behalf of the Commissioner General of Inland Revenue, while President's counsel Kuvera De Zoysa represented the Sri Lanka Cricket Board.
If you want to enjoy pristine, beautiful beaches in our country, indulge in water sports like surfing and experience the rich, vibrant culture, there's no better place than Arugam Bay. We leave you tonight with this glimpse of Arugam Bay on tonight's edition of beautiful Sri Lanka.
Thanks for watching. Good night.
The moment Arugam Bay is mentioned, surfing immediately comes to mind. Locals and tourists alike flock here to ride its waves, yet the bay has even more to offer. Its gentle waters welcome swimmers, while golden sunsets and starlit nights turn it into a truly magical escape, a must-visit destination for every traveler.